episode 200 of Credit 101. I cannot believe we're at the 200th episode and we're almost done with this whole Credit 101 thing. So it has been a journey putting out one per day. This is almost a whole year to make. So this is very exciting that we're almost done with this. So we're going to go on to another topic. But Credit 101 is very, very important. In this episode, we're going to talk about active duty alerts. So we already talked about extended and initial alerts. Those are in the previous episodes. Now we have to talk about an active duty alert. So an active duty alert is basically an alert, but it's a specific layer of protection for individuals who are currently serving in the military and are deployed or on active duty. So this is just a protection to let creditors know, hey, I'm on active duty right now. I'm probably not even applying for that credit card. Can you double check that it is me? Because you can possibly get fraud during this time, especially if you suspected that you once had fraud. And it's just basically to help the military members from having potential fraud or identity that while they're on active duty are unable to closely monitor their credit. Security freezes, I cannot say this enough, to me is the best. You need to just have a security freeze. It's free. And then if you want to add additional fraud alerts, you could, but I just feel like you don't need to have fraud alerts if you got a security freeze and you're not going to just have your credit open. You're going to be applying for something, you're going to unlock it for that day, apply for it, and lock it back immediately. I just don't think that you'll have a lot of fraud. And while you're away, think about a security freeze too. This is all good and sounds nice, but I just think a security freeze is what you need if you don't have one on there already, just to guarantee it. Now, it's going to last for 12 months from the date that you actually place this security freeze. So keep that in mind. It's going to last for 12 months and it's available to anybody that's on active duty. So if you're on active duty, all you have to do is provide proof that you're on active duty and they would give this to you. Now, creditors have to take the additional steps to actually verify your identity before they extend any type of credit. So this is good. But again, if you do a security freeze, you unlock it at 1 p.m. on a random Thursday because you want to apply for these 2 credit cards and you locking it back. You don't have to worry about creditors having to confirm because you know that you only had your credit unlocked for 30 minutes or 10 minutes. You don't have to worry about somebody else getting access. But this is just an additional thing saying, hey, verify it. Your existing credit accounts will remain active. Nothing's going to change. It's just that creditors are going to verify that this is you applying for something new. And it basically increases protection. That's all it really is. So that while you're away from home, you don't have to worry about any type of fraud. And these active duty alerts last for 12 months. So if you want to have it extended, you have to call back in and let them know and provide proof that you have continued active duty status. Now, active duty is different than the other alerts. So active duty lasts 12 months. The initial is only 90 days. The extended is 7 years. These are all only fraud alerts. It's just to alert somebody, hey, I had fraud. But by then, they already pulled your credit reports and you don't know what type of verification they're going to do. Or if this person who is applying for these different things, trying to do this fraud or identity theft on you, what information they have that they can actually verify these different things. So I just always say consider a security freeze. I cannot stress it enough. A security freeze is mandatory. It's like minimum. Like everybody should have this on their credit report. When you want to apply for something, Equifax, you can go right in, log into the website, unlock your credit reports, apply for whatever you want, and lock it back. It shouldn't take you more than 15 minutes to do that. So just keep that in mind. And also with TransUnion, you can call them and set up the active duty alerts, any of these type of alerts, and also the security freeze. But security freeze, like, it's mandatory, y'all. Like, do security freeze, do security freeze, do security freeze. The fraud alerts are nice, but you should have a security freeze anyway. You couldn't even get into my credit report. Don't even got to verify nothing because nobody was able to get the credit report. That's just how I like to look at it. Like, I don't want to mess around and find out. But let's go on to episode 201. Hey, welcome to episode 201 of Credit 101. In this episode, we're going to talk about how credit locks work. Now, when it comes down to credit locks, I think of this as a security freeze, period. To me, it's the same thing. I don't know what to I don't know what to say about this. To me, it's really the same thing. I have a blog on this, and I kind of broke down certain differences. But if you think about it, all it is that no one. It's a complete lock on your credit report, a freeze. Nobody can get into your credit reports. Um, a lot of times, if it's a lock, Experian to me tried to separate the two because I remember that you was able to do security freezes online for free, and now they have the credit lock thing online because I guess now they want to charge for that. But it's the same thing. No one can look at your credit report. You can do it right through the app a lot of time, but you can do it on Equifax for free. Right through the, you don't have to call them. You can do it right through your online account. So usually the difference is they're saying like a credit lock is something that's a more convenient thing. You can do it right online and it's free, but that's not necessarily true because, like I said, Experian is trying to make it where they're actually charging people to do this. Like I understand that they want to separate it. Maybe I'm a little ignorant on the fact of it. Maybe you could put something, somebody could put something down in the comments, but I really need to know exactly what's difference. What's the difference between the two? Like seriously. And I just suggest just put your security freeze on there, and you can remove it at any time when you want to apply for something. And if you want to set up this credit lock, you could just call the credit bureaus or go to their website, or a lot of time it's in their mobile app. And again, this is going to prevent identity theft. So before anybody is going to be able um, to get your credit reports, when someone uses a social security number, there's going to be a lock on there. It's going to say, hey, you need to contact the credit bureau um, to remove the freeze. And then we can actually go through with the application. So it's going to stop any type of identity theft or fraud happening. And after experiencing identity theft, using a lock can help control and basically make sure that you don't have any more unwanted applications. Just think of it as a security freeze. Credit lock, security freeze. Only thing is, it's like the convenience of actually doing it, really. But it's just making sure that no one gets your credit report. So that's kind of my thing on the credit lock. Is really the same thing to me as security freeze.